Well, history can be taught in different ways. One woman in Phoenix is using her sewing skills to share with generation after generation the customs and traditions of ballet folklorico in Arizona. And she's hoping they'll be inspired to keep passing it on. The stomps, the colors, the choreography. It's hard to pass a ballet folklorico performance without stopping to take it all in. There was a time when it didn't exist in Arizona or the U.S.
It's a big part of our lives, this folklorico. I mean, it's what's kept us going. It's what keeps us sane.
Mary Leon is known as Maria to the dance community. She's done hundreds of performances and made countless dresses in the decades she's been involved in the local scene.
I have a picture of our first Jalisco dresses that we made in 1978.
Born and raised in Arizona, she had never seen anything like it before.
And so my mother and dad, when they wanted to go out to get the kids out, we'd go to the drive-in and we'd go to see all the Spanish movies, Spanish language movies from Mexico. And so there you have a certain influence by seeing Mexican through the movies.
Maria was hooked.
By 19, I had found a teacher at ASU. I joined one of the groups there. After I graduated, we met up with a group from Mesa Community College, and we were all dancing. We all wanted to learn more.
She traveled to Mexico to learn, and instructors here would bring people from Mexico to teach.
They'd come here, we'd go there. And that's how we learned a lot about Mexico, and that's when we learned more about costuming. I took a costuming class from a lady from Guadalajara who just cut without even measuring. And so I'm going, whoa.
It would take some trial and error before she finally found her groove.
You make mistakes. The very first dress I made, I cut and it was not cut wide enough. I mean, you really have to make sure that you cut it so that it comes all the way up. And so that was my first mistake. It would hitch up, you know. But the thing is, after that, we kept learning.
Her head bursting with knowledge she knew she had to share.
The process of disciplining yourself to learn steps, to learn costume, to learn tradition, to learn what's the story behind the dance, it became like a labor of love, and I wanted to share it. So I became a teacher in 1975 after I came back from Guadalajara.
The colorful dresses weren't easy to find or make, and Maria wanted the students to know that.
I make them come in and sew ribbons on. I make them cut. I make them do stuff so that they'll see how much work it is.
All while leaving them with an education in tradition, how each little detail is a piece of history.
I wanted to learn more. That was my goal. You know, why are they dressing this way? Why do they dance this way? Why is the song this way? Why? And so that's what I was always interested in. And why are they dancing polkas if this is Mexican? And why are they dancing what we call square dancing? You know, why? And so as soon as I would find out, I'd share it.
I started dancing at the age of 5, I believe, and it was with Maria Leon. And she was actually my art teacher at the grade school.
Ted Ruiz has been dancing ever since, now teaching along with Maria as the co-director of the Primavera Folklorico Dance Company at the Phoenix Center for the Arts.
It's more than just, you know, putting on a hat and putting on a skirt and going. Each vestuario tells a story and represents something. So if you change a color of the vestuario, you're changing the tradition behind it.
For instance, the dresses from the state of Veracruz showcase lace due to the heavy Spanish influence. The Jalisco dresses celebrate the indigenous influence of the region with brightly colored ribbons. And some of the polka music in northern Mexico influenced by European settlers. And the steps themselves tell a story.
There's a step called sacando agua, and so it's sacando agua is it's a gesture like this, right? But So back in the day, like in the little pueblos or ranches, people would have to pump their water, right? So that is what the movement is imitating, is the pumping of the water.
Ted and Maria hope to pass along tradition, but for Maria, it's also about weaving the dresses, stories, and steps into each kid's story, showing the potential each one holds.
Whatever I taught was to understand how important and how valuable they are for the future, and how education is the way to change their story. It's whether it was through art, whether it was through dance, whether it was through learning language, that I tried to influence these children to say, you are the future.
For ABC 15 Arizona, I'm Allison Rodriguez.